I've got a nice alignment here. Why not? I didn't see any defenses there. Why not go for a pass, a quick pass with rockets? I've got nothing else out here. Two's running in on some air defenses, so I might as well take something out while I have at least something in sight. Okay, laser active. Just going to come around here, keep them sort of in alignment. Okay, let's go trim nose down. I can do this from a fairly long range. Okay, just letting it walk on up. And off. Okay, that's about all I'm going to do on this target. I'm going to start to spin some chaff and flare. And get on off. Okay, let me pull back out to the south and east. Okay, two's got another contact on armor. Okay, that's an acquisition of some kind. I need to keep going in the direction I'm going. I need to move it around a little bit. Okay, two's running in. Two's hit. That's probably, that's got to be a Roland. Possibly Hawk on two. There's two. He's going in back behind me. Doggone it. Or I think that was two. That was an explosion of some kind, at least. Okay, let me cease the auto dispense. Again, I'm still heading more or less south, which is cool. Okay, another acquisition. Auto dispensing again. Okay, I don't know how much further I push my luck here. Now, let me just reestablish on steer point 3, which is going to be to my, actually behind me. I'm heading towards steer point 4 right now. I'm not, no, there's waypoint 3. So let me just kind of, let me just get reestablished right here. I'm 10 kilometers away. Need to bring it around to the right. I'll just kind of look in this area one more time, 038 for 20 kilometers, and see if anything else stands out. So I'll make one more pass with rockets, and I'll get out of here. I'm not sure where 2 is, or I know that he was hit. I don't know his status, though. Can I have him rejoin? Just in case he, or actually just go F7, cover me, just in case he's still there. Okay, no response. Yeah, he's definitely shot down. Okay, I'm not seeing anything else obvious up here. I'm going to roll back in once more on that same target, finish it off with some rockets, and egress south. That's about the best I can do here since I can't really see anything. I know other targets are there, but yeah, I just cannot pick anything out. Okay, radio station of some kind right there. Yeah, I wish if there were something else out in front of me right now, I would try to make a dent in it, but yeah, I think rolling in and finishing this site off is going to be the best I can do on this mission. Then it'll just be a quick egress back to the right, to the south, and out. Okay, so laser's active. And I'm just going to unload the pod on this site. As soon as I get the red light. That's good enough. God, that's a lot of rockets. Okay, back off, auto dispensing. And I'm just going to take it all the way back to base. Fuel state is fine, is it not? Yeah, it's good enough. 1,200 liters. I'll take it. Let me just kind of move it around down low like this, just in case. Although I don't think I have anything out here shooting at me, at least. Boy, this is going to be another interesting TACVIEW moment after I get randomly. Of course, I always forget to disable the laser designator. It's going to be an interesting TACVIEW. Very, very interesting. Okay, so we pull the throttle back in. And let me just take it, yeah, I'll just take it to 210 for now, that's fine. And go back to nav mode. Okay, back to base, that'll be 162 kilometers left-hand turn. Okay, ceasing the auto dispense. And I don't see what else I could have done here. I think that was about as good a target as I was going to find. I looked around for a couple of minutes at least. Boy, this terrain is just awesome. I don't know what it is about the lighting or about the... I think it's just a slight change in color palette like this is pretty cool. It looks less green and more kind of like a brown, kind of like a steppes type terrain. Not very neat, but yeah, I don't know what more I could have done here. I don't know if that was the target that was called in. It was the only thing in the right general area that I saw. So I'm going to be optimistic and say that that was a good strike. It was set up like I would expect an artillery sight to be set up, but you just can't tell. And yeah, like I said, I think before I started the run-in, that close air support in an aircraft like this is hard. Doing it visually is not easy. And you know, we had about as good a talk on as I could have expected. Had a range and bearing off a known point. That's not to say that I didn't completely botch it. I think I got in the right general area off of that, but I mean, there would be, you know, you could come up with a slicker way to do that as far as determining, okay, exactly where is that point on the ground, bearing and range wise using the HSI. So I just flew directly to it and then turned to the right heading. And of course, if you fly right at the heading that's called out, then you can't see anything underneath your windscreen, so you have to kind of offset it a little bit. So, yeah, then picking up visually, not easy. So, I'll take this anytime. It looks like I probably am going to survive it. I don't have, well, I take that back. I do have airborne threats off to my left and behind me. But down low like this, I'm not that worried about it. Or at least down low like this. I am worried about it, but there's not much I can do about it. So I'm just going to take it back home. I've got 134 kilometers. And, whew, I'm going to... Hey, there's a train! That's awesome. It's civilian... That's part of, like, enabling the civilian road traffic is you get random trains. That's so neat, especially in a helicopter. I was doing... it was one of the test flight in the COP50s. I was up... talking about something, and I just kind of flew in formation with the train, just dropped whatever topic it was that I was talking about, and flew with the train for like 10 minutes, but anyway, I'll talk to you later. Okay, back at you, going back en route to Makop, or back to Sochi. And flying over the oil fields, it's one of those things that you always remember are there, but unless you're down low level like this and you just catch it just right, you never really notice them. Okay, back with you 90 kilometers from the field. I'm looking around the cockpit for a fuel flow gauge. I don't think I have a... I mean, obviously the real Su-25 has some sort of a fuel flow gauge, I would imagine, but nothing is really standing out at me right now as a fuel flow gauge. I've got about 750 liters remaining, which should be fine for fuel. I wish I could calculate it right quick, but yeah, I just can't find a gauge for it. Or calculate fuel usage on the fly like this, but it doesn't really matter. I'll make it back. It might be a little bit close, but I'll make it back all the same. So coming up over the Caucasus again, I got some of the higher peaks out there to my left. It looks very cool in the this little graphics mod. The frame rates have taken a little bit of a hit. I don't know if it's just this time of day, but yeah, the frame rate does go down a little bit. I was pegged at about 60, or pegged at 60. That's sort of the cap that I have it at, just with the default terrain. And then adding the high-res textures and adding the little enhanced shaders is probably down. It's still, I think right now it's back up at 60. It's probably dipping down into the 40s and 50s though, which is still very good. I'm not worried about it at all, because before I upgraded my graphics card, about 40s and 50s was normal, and this is just, it just looks amazing. So okay, 72 kilometers, a little over, yeah, 670 liters remaining. Plenty of fuel. I'll come back at you once we're a little bit closer.